Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins. We're going to look at Bitcoin, we're going to look at Ethereum, but really we're going to talk about the overall market and what actually I believe is about to take place over the next 3 to 5 weeks. Now we spoke about it on the live stream last night for Patreon users, even though accidentally I did open it to the general public for about 20 minutes, so there were some gate crashes in there last night, but generally this is the vibe that I started with. And normally what we do is we look at altcoins, we look at all the charts. People want me to look at charts, and we work out, if I think it's good or not, and why I think it's good or bad or whatever. So that's what we do on the live streams. But before I did all that, I said, look, this is how I'm choosing to view everything at the moment. Because when we look at altcoin charts, we can look at them, and if Bitcoin decides it wants to do something else, it voids the entire setup. You can have a really good setup, and it just gets completely blown out of the water because Bitcoin decides to do something else. Well, what I'm here to say right now is that I think the alts are going to have a decent run, and this is why. So first of all, we were all scared last week because stock market was crashing. The stimulus bill was yet to be passed. Over the weekend, it was due to be passed. From my understanding, it has been passed. It's not been handed out, but that injection of cash into the market has excited cryptocurrency and Bitcoin already. Now, Bitcoin was holding up better than most of these stocks, commodities like gold and general major indexes, American ones. They were suffering, and Bitcoin was beginning to consolidate, basically, and it still is technically. I mean, it can easily come down from here. It's no big deal. But that stimulus package is going to help a hell of a lot. So are we going in on Bitcoin or what? Well, Bitcoin looks like it's picking up, it's dragging itself back up again. However, as far as I'm concerned, an uptrend has not technically begun on this one. But if we look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin on the weekly, it looks to me like an uptrend has and already is. It's been in play for over a year, and it's now picking itself up again from the floor, which is this uptrend of support. So we've been in this now since December 2019, long time now. It's a long-standing trend line, and not only have we got this trend line where we get support, bounce, support, bounce, bounce, support, bounce, little breakdown, support, bounce, support, and now we're looking to find a bounce. Not only have we got that, we've also got this conversion baseline cross on the weekly. So this should then offer us a continuation of a trend. So I'm not saying that this week obviously is going to close today. We could come back down to this trend line, but generally speaking, I would expect this to start to make another big move up at some point over the next few weeks to months, continuing this consistent uptrend on the weekly. So if we measure these out, I'm not really particularly interested in the size of them, more roughly a bit more of the timing. So again, this is versus Bitcoin. So this uptrend here lasted 35 days, that's fine. This uptrend here lasted 42 days, that's fine. And this uptrend here lasted 28 days. So once one of these uptrends is in full swing, we have roughly about a month, give or take, between 3 to 5 weeks worth of uptrend in one of these little bursts that Ethereum likes to do on the weekly chart. So whether this starts here or next week, once the uptrend has begun, then it will give us an idea of how long we're expecting the new alt season to begin. Now, the alt season's technically not begun. We're having a bit of a bounce at the moment across the board, but the alt season for me will really begin when we break down below this level and we sink below 60 and we close below 60% dominant. How's that going to happen? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what we're looking at here is a bearish chart, and we've got a death cross here. We've fallen out of the sky. There's a rotation definitely looking as if it's going to take place again. We're below the centre of the Bollinger Band, and if we break down below here, alt season begins all over again. And alt season is going to be emphasised and basically created by the fact that this on the weekly is going to make another run. Ethereum has the largest market cap of all altcoins, probably bigger than the vast majority of them combined. So when we start an uptrend versus Bitcoin on this weekly, it will impact the Bitcoin dominance chart. It will, and then it becomes like a snowballing effect. As this dominance chart breaks down, confidence builds in the altcoin market, and more money flows into altcoins. So how long will this go on for? Well, until it starts, we don't really know. I would expect that one of the main indicators, the way that we should view this, would be on this Ethereum chart. Once we reach a new peak, which could take, once the uptrend has begun, between 3 to 5 weeks, then we can start thinking about, well, maybe we could start taking profit at that point. At the moment, the alt season has not yet begun, but I do think from everything we see on the dominance chart being so bearish, the Bitcoin, Ethereum to Bitcoin chart looking pretty bullish, and more or less bottoming at the trend line here, that an alt season should begin within a few weeks and then continue for a few more weeks. So I'm not saying it's going to begin the second you watch this video, so don't complain if you see everything dump. That's not what I mean. I never ever expect anybody to never going to tell anybody to do anything, is my expectation, and it's all based upon weekly and daily time frames. So slow but steady. As you can see, this is this trend here has taken 15 months and it's still going, and it's relatively reliable, plus we've got a nice signal here as well. So it's, in my opinion, it's going to be bigger than it was before. This next uptrend will be bigger than it was before. It will reach a new high, maybe 50,000 sats, maybe, but we don't really know until we see it. But what we do expect is that it will come back down again, and that will be the end of alt season and time to rotate back into Bitcoin again. Anyway, like I say, there's a lot of things, the stars are aligning. We've got a stimulus bill, 2 trillion just injected into the market. That'll dump the Dixie, which will then increase the value of cryptocurrency, stocks, commodities. They'll all they appear to be healthy again, I would expect, next week as a result of that. And then we just basically play it by ear. Pick your favourite altcoin, make sure the chart is good. If it's good, go for it. If it's not, leave it alone. You know, you're the trader, not me. This is my expectation of how this situation is going to play out over the next, probably we'll give it about 2 months, and then I would start to feel very, very careful, very cautious, because we will be back to where we were last week. Stocks maybe start to become droopy, and we will probably not get another chance with another large stimulus check like what's taking place at the moment. This might be the last one, and if that is the last one, then the bubble will pop. And this is what we were speaking about a few days ago. The bubble will pop. So we don't want to be around for the bubble pop, but while there is still a bubble, we should try to take advantage of it. Always limit your risk. It's a risky situation at the moment in general, across the board, for the entire economy, in pretty much every single sector. That's why I made the prepare yourself for the bear market video yesterday. So I'll leave a link for that at the end of the video, and I hope you have a nice day and take it easy, everybody.